Hello everyone. It's still a little cold in Korea. Today was okay, but winter is certainly coming to Korea. I'm looking at the chat room now. I can see so many people are here. Thank you guys for coming early. If you don't know, if you're new to the chat or the live stream, my name is Robin Shaw, and I'm a Canadian teacher living and working in Korea. So I hope I have some new members from around the world, and I hope I have some new Korean members too. So thank you for joining my live stream. And I started this channel. Maybe, I don't know, 5 days ago, and I'm almost at 100 subscribers. So thank you for that. I think after this video, I might have 100 subscribers. Thank you very much. So today, I think most of you know the topic, how to learn English for free. I'll get into the topic in a moment. I'm just going to check the chat room. If you want to participate in the chat room, you have to log in to your YouTube account. And I think it's very important that you participate in the chat room because I answer a lot of questions there. So looking at the chat, Sirenio Prado, hey. Well, welcome. Leila, Rosa, Florin, Prakar, as usual. Thank you for joining my chat. Just Chilmar, hi. Oh, that's Rosa. That's another Rosa or the same Rosa? There could be two Rosas. Florin, if you are not live on YouTube, it doesn't mean that you are dead on YouTube. Interesting to think about. Grace, hi. And Nova Airfast. I don't know if I know you. I don't recognize the name, but welcome. Labda Shop. It started. Florin, do we already learn English for free? I'll get into that. And I think you already know many good ways to learn English for free, Florin. Okay, hi. Rajshekar Shetty, hi everyone. Hello. Hi Robin. Oh, exclamation question mark. I don't know your name. I don't know who you are, but welcome. Mandy Lim, hi. Where are you living? I'm living in Korea. Ifra Jan, hi, nice to see you again. Okay, and I think I'm caught up in the chat. Welcome. Oh, Andre. Okay, welcome. Welcome to today's chat. Today's chat is going to be very simple. Oh, Abdiaziz Ahmed, welcome. Eugene Bay. Oh, yes. I will later. Corneca Jose, hello friend. Okay, I'm going to get started here on what we're talking about today. So as always with my live chats, I do an introduction. So I did the introduction now. That gives time for people to join and just say hello. So that takes a few minutes. Make sure the technical stuff is working well, and everything seems to be working well. So first I usually do an introduction to the live chat. So if you're 3 or 4 minutes late to the live chat, that's okay, because the introductions are usually that long, and to make sure everything's working. Then I go into a topic. Sometimes my topic is long and boring. I don't mean to be boring. I always try to give good information. Today's topic is actually very short. It's not so long. Today we'll have more time to talk and discuss today's topic. And after the topic, usually I do an English Q&A. where any member can ask me English questions, and if they're not too difficult, I will answer your English questions. So that's usually the structure of every live stream. Most of you know that. Let's start our topic. All right. Our topic today is free English. I think most of you know that. And I'm going to pop myself down there, move that so you can see me and see the topic. All right, so with free English, I'm going to talk about two learning methods. And I know a lot of you're all English students, but I know you are not level 0. Okay, level 0 means you know nothing about English. You don't know ABC. You don't know any words. So I'm sure there's no level 0 in this group. Everyone here today, you are listening to me, you are watching, so you are at least level 1 or higher. You're beginner or intermediate, you're not 0. So when learning level 0, if you're really new to English, you don't know the alphabet, the information today is not for you, because level 0 is very different. But if you have studied English for a bit, this is a good lesson for you. My computer is showing some technical difficulties. All right, so learning methods, there's all kinds of learning methods, but I just want to focus on acquire English and learn English. And I think it's very important that students know the difference between these two ways to learn English or acquire English. So can you guys tell me what's the difference between acquire English and learn English? Because they're very different ways. I think most of you do both ways, I'm sure. Nova, level 42, yes. I'm only level 41, Nova. Good for you. All right, Florin asks, is it our mother tongue acquired? Yes, it is, Florin. You're usually acquiring your mother tongue. And I think you guys get the idea. If you acquire English, you are not paying money. If you learn English, you are paying money. Yeah, so Grace, learn English in school with textbook, that is learning English. Now there's a big difference between if you acquire English or learn English. Some students, they only acquire English, and in my opinion, of course, acquiring English should be the only way students learn to speak and listen and write and whatever in English. Students who learn English, they're doing it the hard way, the long way, the expensive way, okay? And I think most of you in this chat today, I want you to get away from learning English and move on to acquiring English. And I'm going to talk about that. All right, learning English. Yeah, I see Florin says I have done English the hard way. And Florin, sometimes we have no choice. Okay, I think the live stream is a little bit delayed on my part, so please excuse the technical difficulty. All right, and I'm going to put myself in there. So when you're learning English, as Grace said, private schools. So all of you probably started learning English in public school, or your elementary school. Some of you may have started kindergarten. It depends on your country. And then there is private schools. In Korea, there's a lot of private schools for children and adults, and in other countries, I see a lot of private schools for adults. So that costs a lot of money, and I don't like private schools, okay, because you're going into a system where you're just learning English. You're focused on grammar, you're focused on practicing grammar points, and this is all artificial. This is not real. This does help you. Private schools do help you, but it is the hard way, and it is very inefficient, and there's a better way. And I hope from this video you can understand the better way. For my other channel, every few months a private school will contact me and they'll say, hey Robin, we like your channel. We want you to do some advertisement for our private school in America or Australia. And I always say no, because I don't support any private schools. I don't believe in that system. I don't believe in that system. Grace is asking, but without the school, how can teachers make money? Well, that's a good question. And I would say, well, Grace, you're in Korea, and I know the Korean system. There are not many real English teachers in Korea. There's a lot of people who went abroad and they studied English and they came back. They can't get a job, and then they become an English teacher, but they're not really an English teacher. So that's another topic. So I wouldn't. I know the Korean market. If thousands of those people lost their job, that would be okay, because they're wasting a lot of people's times. All right, I gotta move on here. So private schools, I don't like that unless you're level 0. If you know nothing, I think that is the only time you need a teacher, a language teacher, to properly get you into the language. But if you are watching this video right now and you're in a private school, get out. You're wasting your time. It helps you, but there's a better way. Apps. These days, apps are so common. There's hundreds, thousands of different language apps. A lot of them are free. That's good. Free is good. Use the free ones. And some of them are pay. I think in the almost 2019, there's enough online resources that you never have to pay, okay? There's free classes like now, free apps. You can download books legally or illegally. You can get all the English resources for free. So paying for apps, I don't think you need to do that. You can find free apps or another thing. Online courses. So of course, a lot of YouTube teachers, they teach their YouTube video, and then they want you to go to their website, and on their website they're gonna have some online course where they want you to pay money to take their online course. Again, if you're level 0, that might be a good idea. But if you're not level 0, I think you're wasting your money. That's going to help your English. They do help, but that's not an effective way. Oh, Lunita's here. So I don't like private schools. I don't like pay apps. Actually, I really don't like free apps too, but that's another topic. Online courses, I don't really like. And then let's talk about test prep. TOEFL, TOEIC, IELTS, OPIC, and other tests. So a lot of you are studying for these tests because you want to improve your life, okay? You want to go overseas or to another country to get a job or to study, and you need these tests. But I find when I travel to different countries, students are studying these tests directly, and they're only studying these tests directly, which means if, for example, TOEFL, they're just studying TOEFL questions every day, and same with TOEIC or IELTS speaking and OPIC. But research shows, this is not my opinion, research shows that students who improve their general English means your everyday English. So if you have one student who studies just general English, one student who studies just TOEFL, after 1 year, the student who studied just general English, they never studied TOEFL, they will get a higher TOEFL score. Okay? So general English means you're well, I would say acquiring English through speaking, reading, writing, and listening every day, but you're not doing test prep. If you have a test next month in TOEFL, TOEIC, IELTS, that's not enough time to improve your general English. In that case, it's emergency situation. You should just study the test to learn the test pattern. But if you have a lot of time, 6 months, 1 year, I feel very bad for students who study one of these tests for 1 year. They're wasting their time. If they just focused on improving their general English, they would get a better score. Another problem is the student who just focuses on, let's say, the TOEFL. They get accepted into American university. Their general English is still low. They can't survive in American university. And in 2008, there was a study about Korean students at Ivy League universities in America, and they found that 40% of Korean students dropped out. And the reason they dropped out, because the main reason was language. They couldn't understand the lectures from the professors. So these are students, especially Korean. Second was Chinese. They just studied the tests. Okay, they didn't improve their general English. They spent a lot of money to go to private schools or buy practice tests, and even taking the test is expensive. When they go to America, they can't survive because they didn't improve their general English. So, no. If you have a lot of time, get your general English up. Don't study for tests. Study in a foreign country. A lot of students go to Canada, the UK, Australia to study English in a classroom. I do not understand. Why would you go to a foreign country to study in a classroom with other students probably from your country? This is all studying or learning English. All of this, you got to pay. You got to pay a lot of money. You're wasting time. It does work, but there's a better way. There's a better way. And I want you to learn English the same way I learn English. So the slide 3 here, acquiring English. And you can see the list here. I'll put myself in the box in case you want to see me. Maybe some of you don't want to see my picture. Okay. So for acquiring English, you can see this most of this is how native speakers learn the language, okay? You don't study English, you have to enjoy English, you have to be, as Florence said in yesterday's video, I think it was yesterday, the desire to be immersed in the culture, and this is what you need to do. Movies, TV shows, music, you have to make this your hobby. You have to like English media. Chat apps like WhatsApp. Most of you are in my WhatsApp group. If you're not in my WhatsApp group, I have a link to this video. Come join my WhatsApp group. The chat apps, you know, you're making friends, right? If you stay in a chat app a long time, you're making friends. And then you get to know the people. And then you get to have real conversations in English about real important things. Sometimes in the chat apps, students will ask grammar questions. And as you know, I don't like that method of learning English, you know, studying grammar in detail. So I don't really answer those questions. Usually another student answers those questions because I feel that's not the way to learn English. Inefficient, very inefficient. If you study grammar, you will be studying that 10, 15, 20 years and your English level will not improve. Okay? Meet foreigners. Yeah, get out of your house. Meet foreigners. I recommended in my first video on this channel the Meetup app. This is not a dating app. This is an app to meet people in clubs, in your city, in your area, whatever hobby you like, photography, watching movies, language exchange. You're going to go. You can find a group, a club. You can go there on the weekend, weeknights, meet foreigners, make friends, talking in English. Not in the classroom. Don't go to the classroom on Saturday afternoon. You go out to the hiking club with 3 foreigners on Saturday afternoon. Okay? Who wants to be studying grammar in a classroom? What a waste of time. Toastmasters, the Toastmasters Speech Club. I always talk about Toastmasters Speech Club. That's in almost every city except Florence City. Unfortunately, he doesn't have one near him. But for the rest of you, if you can find a Toastmasters, Toastmasters is not free. But I think in Korea it's about $2 a meeting, and one meeting is about 90 minutes. So that can be cheaper than a language class, but Toastmasters Speech Club is not an English class. It's a speech club. You practice public speaking using English. So your primary reason for going there is to improve your public speaking. Secondary, you're also learning English or acquiring the English as you practice speaking. So I will always suggest the Toastmasters Speech Club. Read books. Reading books is hard, but if you want to master grammar, studying the grammar book, oh, what a waste of time and effort. To master grammar, read. I usually recommend 20 to 30 minutes of reading every day, not reading texts from your friends, reading a book or an article, 20 to 30 minutes a day. If you studied grammar 20 to 30 minutes a day, wasting your time. Get something real. Get a book, get an article. But make sure the level's not too high. If it's too high, you're not acquiring the grammar. I'm checking the Florin, have you been to Toastmasters? Yes, I take students to Toastmasters. From my university, if I see a student who is passionate about English, I take them to Toastmasters. I show them, this is Toastmasters, and I get them set up. And they really benefit from that. Just have a few more points here, and then I'll check the chat. Travel in a foreign country. All right, don't go to the foreign country to study. Go there as a tourist. Travel, talk, meet local people. Don't stay in a classroom. Stay at hostels. When I travel, I always stay at hostels. I meet all kinds of people from all around the world. And we have real conversations in English, okay? So don't go study in a foreign language. Go travel the world and stay in hostels. Language schools. Don't study in the language schools. Language schools are so expensive. They steal your money. And working holiday in a foreign country. If you can, I talked yesterday about Canada working holiday. If you could get a working holiday visa in a foreign country, working is better than studying, because as you're working, your boss is going to yell at you in English, and you're going to learn English really fast when someone's yelling at you. Do a better job. Move faster. Okay? So I think the point of this video is, from a lot of you guys think we need to learn English, focus on the grammar, vocabulary, study this every day. It works, but it's not going to make you fluent. Okay? That method will never make you fluent. After 10 years, you might be comfortable with English, but your level is almost the same. Okay? The things I wrote here, this is the stuff you got to do every day to get fluent. Start acquiring English. All right? I'm just going to take a minute to check the comments, see what you guys are talking about. So, you guys wrote a lot here. All right. So, I saw Lenita's, Mexico. Thank you. Robin, I consider that some words are more important than others, from Florin. Yeah, my students learn a lot of useless words that they will never use. Like I talked in a previous video about slang. Slang and idioms, don't waste your time learning that. You got to acquire that. That's an example of something you have to acquire, not learn. You are the best, Mr. Robin, from Lunita. Thank you. Rosa, in Iran we have English classes and we should pay money, but of course we have private teachers and we should pay money for them too, and I have a private teacher. What about this? Rosa, no. You don't need a class. You don't need a private teacher. You can find stuff in your area, clubs, activities, where you're using English every day. I'm sorry to your private teacher. In Korea, I've done a lot of private teaching, but when I do private teaching, I'm usually teaching how my student can acquire English, not teaching how, if I'm teaching the grammar way, yeah, my job is secure. I agree, but that's a little bit unethical. As a teacher, I got to teach the best way. The best way is don't hire me. But, I know in some areas it's difficult to meet a native speaker. If you want to practice with a native speaker, then, yeah, if there's no native speakers in your area, you might have to do Skype or pay for a native speaker to come. I can understand that if you need to talk to a native speaker. But I would say you don't need to talk to a native speaker. You can talk to people all around the world, especially in WhatsApp. Flora, Robin, what about considering specialized English? ESP, English for specific purposes. Do you talk like nurses learn nursing English, or engineers learn engineering English? Again, I would just say get your general English up. And yeah, if you're going to be a nurse in Australia, you should learn the language of the nurses in Australia. So you should specialize in that English. Florin, I answer grammar questions. Good. Teaching is a good way to, improve your English, being a teacher. So that's good. But of course, students think they need to learn English through grammar. I have to help them still, although I don't agree, but they don't understand. Florin, what about making group for a specific level of English? I might do that in the future, Florin, if I get more people. Grace, making native speakers friend is hard in real. No, it isn't, Grace. I know you're in Korea. There are hundreds of groups, especially on Meetup app, where there's all kinds of native speakers in clubs, activities, Toastmasters. You can meet and make a native speaker friend in Korea. You are not trying. And Grace, I'm going to tell you, you already made the native speaker friend, me. You put in some effort in the WhatsApp group. I've seen you. I've talked to you here. We're very friendly, Grace. You already got a friend. And I'm sure we'll meet sometime soon. Shihab, WhatsApp group. In the links, you can see my WhatsApp groups. You're free to join. Grace, first time to hear about Toastmasters Speech Club. Well, Grace, in Korea, in Seoul, there's about 5 or 6 different Toastmasters speech clubs. There's some in Gyeonggi Province, Incheon. They're all over, Grace. Grace, because Grace comes from Korea, the private schools control the market. So everyone thinks they have to go to the private school, and then they don't learn English. But the smart ones, they go to Toastmasters. Yeah, I've been to the Toastmasters. All right. Finny, when I watch movies with English subtitles, but I often to pause the movies to translate words I didn't understand, so I waste a long time to watch movies just for translation. Again, that is the problem with your level. I would suggest watch shorter YouTube videos, 5 minutes. If you're trying to watch a 2-hour movie, that's hard, man. That's hard. So usually I recommend you watch a movie with your local language subtitles, so you get the entertainment from the movie. And then the second time is now time to kind of study with English subtitles. And then the third time, no subtitles. That's kind of what I recommend for movies. But if you're having difficulty with movies, do something smaller. Choose a YouTube channel where someone is just talking about their life every day, and their videos are like 3 to 5 minutes, and just watch as they post 3 or 4 times a week, and that'll help you improve your listening and understanding. All of you have to be very careful not to study material that is too difficult, because if you start to go to the very difficult stuff, your motivation will drop. You don't want to study. Grace Lim, how can I find Toastmasters? Grace, the same way you find everything else. You go to naver.com, you type in Toastmasters, or Google. Toastmasters Korea. Facebook is also good. If you type in, because all these Toastmasters group have Facebook pages, so everyone in your city, just put Toastmasters your city name in Facebook, and they'll have a Facebook group with information in your language. Lutfi Zakaria, can I ask something after this? Yeah, I'll get to the question soon. What is the right way when meet a new word in movie or book? Can a card to repeat? Andre, my advice, your brain is very clever, and your brain looks for patterns. Okay, our brains are really good at finding patterns in the world. So the quickest way to learn vocabulary and grammar is by giving your brain a lot of exposure to that vocabulary and grammar. So in English, quality is weak, quantity is strong. What I mean is, if you read let's say one newspaper article, and you're spending all your time to study the vocabulary, the different grammar, you want to understand 100%. This is not going to help you. So you want the quality. You want to understand perfectly, good quality. This is not going to help you. What's going to help you is quantity. You read an article at your level, and a little bit more difficult than your level. You read it. You didn't understand a word. You didn't understand some grammar. If it's really important, check the dictionary. But if it's not important, don't worry about it. Move on to the next article. Move on to the next. So a person who reads 20 articles compared to a person who only focused on one article, the person who read 20 articles, the brain was looking for patterns. And the brain found many patterns. You didn't know it. Your brain is very smart. It will find the pattern. So quantity, more input, more information. Your brain will get the pattern. You don't need to study the grammar. Your brain will get it. But I use cards sometimes, especially if I have a test. I think to learn from movies, you must have a good background or you will waste your time. Yeah, again, don't start with movies. If you're not ready for movies, start with something simpler, like a live video. Nova, working holiday in foreign country. They will ask you about TOEIC, IELTS certificate. How can we start with that? Yeah, you make your plan. And if your plan is 6 months to a year in the future, you just try to get your general English as much as possible. And then as you get closer to the test, you'll be better prepared. If you just study TOEIC, IELTS for 1 year, no. But Nova, I don't know your level. I would be interested to hear your level because I think maybe you're already a high level. Hi, Mr. Robin. Oh, yeah, okay. I forgot your name. I wrote it in my phone. I got to check that really quick. You joined my group. I want to make sure I know the good students who participate in my WhatsApp groups. If you're not in my WhatsApp group, I suggest you join the link below. So Golferis, are you here? Lenita sending kisses. Are you married, Lenita? I'm going to show your husband that. Layla, what do you think about the study by online courses? No, I don't like those. I think they can help you, but you have to find the free ways. You don't want to spend money. There's a lot of better ways that are free. My job as a teacher is not to take your money. My job as a teacher is to point to the better way. MBC, hi. Dimitri, hello from Thailand. Hello, I love Thailand. All right, Lutfi, Zakaria, am I and all of people in the world which isn't born in USA, UK, other native speaker country? Is it, can my English is like you? Well, I am a native speaker. I was born in an English-speaking country. So to be a native speaker, usually you have to learn English from a very young age. But nobody in this group needs to be a native speaker. A native speaker is the top level. Under that is fluent. Fluent, you're not a native speaker, but you know the language. You know how to use the language. You make a few mistakes here and there, but nobody cares. So fluent is what you should be going for if you plan to live in an English-speaking country. If you don't plan to live in an English-speaking country, you don't need to be fluent. You could just be advanced. MBC, do you speak Korean? I don't know. You will never know from my English live chats. MBC, do you speak English? That's why we're here. I agree with you. We shouldn't waste time on grammar, but what to do with young learners? Young learners, while in school, usually they have tests. So teachers have to teach to grammar tests. But if you have children, who cares about school? Don't depend on the school to teach your children English. The school is not going to do a good job. What you need to do is be active with your kids. And all you need to do with your kids, don't send them to private school. Just get them to love reading. If you can teach your kid not to play phone games, but instead pick up a book, enjoy reading, they will teach themselves. Florin, you might need a translator for a group that has a level of English too low. At my university, I always teach low levels. There's some students that never understand me, but usually low levels don't really, it takes a short time to go from level 0 to level 1. It takes a month. You can start understanding English, all people, very quickly. So if some students, especially Korean students, they study English in elementary school, middle school, high school. Most of them are okay, but some of them are still level 0. So when I meet a student who has studied English for 10 years in school and they're still level 0, I feel sad. But I realize, they are not interested in English, and already they had 10 years of teachers who tried to get them to learn English. They resisted. They don't want to do it. What am I going to do? I can't really care about those people. My philosophy is to help people who deserve to be helped. I do not help everyone. I help people who deserve it. So my time is important. If I meet a student who doesn't want to learn English, doesn't want to do their homework, doesn't care, okay, it's not your time to learn English. Maybe in the future you will want to learn English. I will help you. NBC, how many hours should I listen, watch a movie a day, or YouTube? As many as you can. If you guys are serious about English, it's every day as much as you can. Your entertainment should be in English. All right? You are all in your countries now. For example, some of you are in Pakistan at I don't know, 8 p.m. at night. You have a choice because your local TV station is going to show some local comedy show or something. You can watch that, to get entertainment, but my advice to you is learn to get entertainment in English. That is your hobby. You will like to do it. You will learn English faster. All right. Nina, okay. Thank you, Lenita. Florin, you always have good questions, Florin. Can I rely on the ability, pattern recognition of my brain? Yes, you can, Florin. It's not just about language learning. It's about everything in life. Our brain is designed to find patterns. That's how we survive. We find a pattern. And then we usually follow those patterns. Your brain is always looking for patterns. So the more exposure you have, the more your brain will get those patterns. Rosa, I watch English videos and I write points and read them. Yep, that's good. Practice writing every day. Send me your English writing points. Okay. Yes, mister, I'm here and I'm glad for participating. Sorry I didn't pronounce your name correct. Nova, thanks, Robin. Nova, the best way is for me to know your level is to join the WhatsApp group and you can send a voice note and I can hear your level. Yeah, Rosa, it's good. Lutfi, you love English. You love English. Get your spelling correct. Grace, so when I read English novel, I don't need to check dictionary with vocabulary I don't understand. Just, I can guess the meaning, just move on to the next. Yes. Yes, Grace. You don't want to waste, for novels, reading, I'm going to say 99.9% of my students do not finish the book, the English book they started, because they chose a very difficult book. A lot of students choose Harry Potter as their first book. Big mistake, they will never finish. Harry Potter is very difficult to read. Those books are very big. Most students are not going to make it through the first chapter. So you want to find a book, and it might be for young adult or teenager level. Don't feel shame in that. Your level will increase very fast. So you should read the first page, and if there's 2 or 3 words you don't understand, it's a good book. If there's more than 3 words you don't understand, it's too high. Okay, you're going to waste your time. You're never going to finish the book. And yes, as you're reading it, you see a word. I don't understand that word. If you think it's very important, check it. But if you think it's not so important, move on. Keep moving on. Because you're going to read 10 books. And that word is going to show up in those 10 books. And your brain, oh, there's that word again. Oh, it's in this sort of context. So you keep seeing those vocabulary, new vocabulary, and you're reading more and you're reading more, and you'll understand what that means in the context, and you will be able to use it also, because you know when to use it. You had examples. Don't waste too much with the dictionary. Grace, I'm going to buy an English novel tomorrow. Make sure it's your level. Lutfi, English, if you know Puri Vieira YouTube channel, I don't know Puri Vieira. I'll just do a quick check here. Excuse me, guys. I'm very interested in YouTube. Let's see. Puri Vieira. Okay, I'm checking. It's a girl. Which country is that? Life in the USA. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what kind of videos she has. It's a woman. She looks colorful and interesting. But if you find entertainment and you think that helps you, then use that video. Oh, you had more information. She got married in USA and ding ding. Okay, well, I'll check her video out, her channel out after the live stream. Thank you very much. I'll pay my children's attention on reading. Yes, reading in English and reading in your language. Children who read perform, their academic performance is always higher. Every country in the world. Children who read are more successful in school and life. Read. Mandy, we can read from website just around our life. They can help us. Read what you enjoy reading. Don't go get that CNN article tomorrow. I'm going to read this CNN article or BBC article. Those are boring. That's boring. Pick up a comic book. Read. You can learn a lot of slang, idioms, natural English from comic books. Okay? That's good reading, and you enjoy it. Don't think you need to read at a high level. Read what you enjoy, because you don't want to read a BBC news article every day. But you might want to read that comic book every day or webtoon. So if a student, if you study one article a week or read 7 webtoons a week, those 7 webtoons, that's superior study material. NBC, what are the best ways to learn English perfectly as young English kids? Read. Reading. Not watching videos on YouTube, not playing games, reading. That's the best thing for kids. Every country. Florin, pattern recognition of our brain can induce us in error. Yes, that is correct. But your brain, they know when you make a mistake, and your brain wants to correct the mistakes. That's another topic for another video about pattern recognition. But all I can say is trust me, Florin, when people are learning languages, their brain is looking for patterns. So if you understand that your brain is always looking for patterns, you need to give your brain a lot of information so it can find the pattern. A lot of input. Rosa, thank you, Florin. Oh, don't worry, Florin. Rosa, you know your English is okay. You don't need a tutor. Assad is here. Great to see you, brother. Nova, our brain is looking for pattern. Agree, thank you, sir. Yeah, again, not just language learning, everything in your life. The way you walk to work or driving, your brain is always looking for patterns of what to remember, how to avoid mistakes, what's the best way to do something, and you need a lot of information. Mandy, watch you live, is practicing our hearing. Jehovah Q, hello, thanks for create this space. How many times do you do this video in a month? I just started this week, and I've been doing it every day. So I don't promise to do it every day, but probably this week I'll do it every day. I might not do it Friday, but I'll do a live stream Saturday and Sunday. So tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow. I got to work night classes tomorrow at my university. But this week, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, surely I will do live streams. Lutfi, she's from Indonesia. Okay. Mandy, Robin. How about you can put more video show on YouTube? Well, for the new people, this is my second channel. I have another YouTube channel. and I have a website. I just typed my website. You can see videos from my other YouTube channel. In my other YouTube channel, it's more, teaching English. But I'm usually not in those videos. Excuse me. Florin. Someone told me that you can learn only from reading books. I'm going to tell you, Florin, reading books and even into old age, reading books helps your brain. Getting that information always. Using your imagination. Reading books. Layla, I watch a lot of YouTube educational channels, read some easy stories, and write important sentences a year ago, but I feel I didn't make much progress. Layla, you didn't know me a year ago, so hopefully you can start doing that stuff again. I would change what you do. You say you watch a lot of YouTube educational channels. I would change that. Don't watch YouTube educational channels, except this channel. Watch entertaining YouTube channels. So when you watch YouTube, you can go to a channel and there's a teacher teaching something. No, I think most people don't need that. Go to a channel where someone's speaking English and they could be vlogging or they can be talking about their hobby or something interesting. Watch those channels. And if you stay on one channel, you're going to get used to the person speaking. Now, a lot of you have heard me speaking almost every day. So I'm sure a lot of you are used to how I speak. And every time getting better. So if you watch the same YouTube person every week for entertainment, not education, it'll be better. And now you know me, so I can help you with the progress. Lutfi, save your questions for later. I will ask you. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. My English is getting worse. Thanks, guys. Lutfi, I will answer questions later in about 5 minutes. Ask me that question again. Florin, what if I want to learn English with you? You have the WhatsApp groups. I always answer you. Well, not always, but most of the time. And these live streams, we're interacting every day, Florin. And someday I'll go to Europe and visit you. And Florin, I'll talk about the purpose of this channel in a minute. Grace, you give me not only English, also many information. Thank you. I'm happy to give you the information, Grace. All right, I have some questions here. I'm going to move on. Keep it going. Okay. I'm just checking the chat. Jehovah Q, thanks for my question. In which time will you do these videos? I start the videos every day at the same time. So that's 10:30 p.m. Korean time. All right, the questions for you guys, I want you to answer. What do you think? Number one, these days, are you learning English or acquiring English? I'm sure you're doing both, but which one do you think you're doing more of? Are you studying the language or are you trying to acquire the language? Please write a comment just so I know what you're doing these days. Maybe some of you are in the middle. So these days, are you learning English or acquiring English? So Fanny, acquiring English. Good. So most of it is acquiring English. So Fanny, that is really good. Yeah, most of us do both, Florin. But I want to know what's the most you do. Are you trying to acquire it, or are you in the book all day, or on the vocabulary apps? Grace, acquiring English. I don't have time to go to school. Yeah, Grace. Acquiring, good. Kim Hoon, same. Same. Well, good to see you. Question. All right, yeah, Florin, I think you're starting to acquire now more than learn. Question 2. Assad is, yeah, so before I go to question 2, Assad, his name is Aryan JD. Certainly, Assad is a good example of acquiring English or practicing English. Every day, he spends hours practicing speaking in the WhatsApp groups. It's amazing to see his passion and effort. Good job, Assad. And Prakar, acquiring good. Okay, most of you are acquiring. So number 2, what are some other ways you can acquire English? So you guys can help each other to give some advice on a good way, not to study English every day, but to kind of enjoy and acquire the English. Does anyone have any good advice? Oh, Layla's learning English. Assad, thank you so much, brother. So question 2, does anyone have any advice? I'm going to put me in here. I forgot to put my photo there. Did you guys miss me? You had some good listening practice. Prakar, Facebook Live. Interesting, Prakar, about Facebook Live. I've never watched a Facebook Live, and I've never made a Facebook Live, so you think that's helpful? Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, you can see a lot of English, people using English. So those are good social media ways to learn or acquire English. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Okay, just this. And question 3, you're all watching this live stream. Do you think you're learning English or acquiring English through this live stream? What do you guys think? Right now. Well, Assad always, yeah. Assad, you have no problem learning English. You're already very advanced. So, yeah. So question 3, are you acquiring English right now? Yes. And you're also learning English. Now, the acquiring is you're listening to me give information. So you're just listening about a topic, and you're interested in that topic. So this is acquiring English right now. Some of you it's informative, some of you it's entertaining, some of you it's boring. But anyway, it's acquiring English. Now, if you're learning English, yeah, maybe you see some words, like acquiring, or in the chat group, you see words you don't understand and you check it on your dictionary then you might be learning English. But I'm not teaching any English in this video, right? I didn't teach anything. I just talked, well, actually I did teach teaching methods, but I didn't teach about English really. So most of this is acquiring. All right, I'm gonna end the topic. Topic is over. You guys can ask me some English questions. So if I didn't answer any English questions earlier, now is the time. Ask me anything about the topic or any English questions. As I said, some questions might be too difficult to explain here. If it's very advanced and complex, go to my Facebook page, Learn English with Robin. Ask the question there and I can help. But basic questions I can answer now. Shihab said there are some applications that make you improve your vocabulary daily. I recommend it. Shihab, I don't know, but I would say be careful because there's a lot of illusion. There's a lot of things like apps that give the illusion that you are learning. But research shows that, especially with apps, people learning with apps after like 3 months or 6 months, they didn't really retain or keep the information. So at the time, it seemed like, oh, I'm learning, but actually, it didn't really help. I don't know which apps you're using, but I hope it's not one of these illusions where you think you're learning, it seems like you're learning, but in reality, you're not keeping that information after 6 months, 1 year. So for vocabulary, the only proven method for retaining a vocabulary for years, knowing what it means, and knowing when to use it, is reading. That's the only proven method. So Shihab, I hope your app is good. Grace, it is hard to use preposition words. Teach me how I can using the preposition words. The prepositions words in, at, and on, that, Grace, is too complicated for this video. I will do a video in the future, I promise you, talking about preposition words. So sorry, I'm not going to answer that right now, but I'll do a video in the future about that. Florin, how do I know if my English in some parts gets worse without even knowing it? The English that is getting worse is probably English you're not using. Florin, I don't remember your age, but as we get older, we tend to, it's more difficult for our language habits to change. It takes a lot of effort to change bad habits. But I don't know where you're worse. Florin, I've heard your language, your speaking. The only problem I have with your speaking, and I think I told you, is your intonation is similar to your country's intonation. So you would need to practice. My only advice to you, Florin, is try to improve your intonation. I'm very well. Is this expression correct, and why? Yeah, I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. I'm well. I'm very fine. I'm very well. You just, the very is an intensifier. It's making well stronger. So you want to show someone you're very well, really good. I use Memrise app. Well, I've used Memrise too. Yeah. If you're using Memrise app and you enjoy that, good, because it's very convenient. But if you have more time, I would say read real material, because the Memrise app is artificial. It's not real. It's anything artificial is in language acquiring is not good. For language acquiring, you need real content, real material. So if you're comfortable using that app, keep using it, because you can use that wherever you are. But if you have time, switch to reading. All right, Lutfi, can you pronounce those two words? Very important question, because in the world, most English speakers in the world pronounce them the same way as one pronunciation. Your, same sound. There are some English speakers that have a little difference in pronunciation, but most English and British say it as the same word, your. Okay? And because they sound the same, a lot of English native speakers make mistakes. They'll say, so texting. Even I make this mistake sometimes. You're nice. Because our brain, it has the same sound. So when we're texting, we might write like this. You're nice. That's wrong. You should write you are nice. You are nice. But they have the same sound. Your. All right, Florin, age is 32. You're just a young guy, Florin. No problem. You still have lots of time to improve your English. Shihab, your advice means a lot to me. Thank you. I hope I help some people. Fanny, the difference between present past perfect or present past perfect or present past perfect continuous. It is only at time in perfect continuous sentences now. Sorry, Fanny, that is too much to go through in this live stream. But I am going to the USA in the next 2 weeks to meet Esther teacher. And with Esther, we are going to do easy videos on this grammar. So I will be preparing a new series, probably coming out in February, and it'll have all the answers taught in an easy way. Sorry, I can't do that now. Assad, which areas do I need to improve? Oh, Assad. When you guys, I've talked to you a lot, and I know your problems, okay? So whoever you are in the WhatsApp group or the other groups, yeah, I listen to your voice. I can identify a certain problem sometimes, and it is my responsibility to tell you, hey, you're doing this wrong. You should fix it. So I don't want anyone to be upset if I tell you, okay, for example, Florin, I talked to you about intonation. Don't be upset, man. I'm just doing my job, trying to make you a better speaker. Now, getting to Assad here. How do you improve? Well, Assad, my suggestion to you is try to find more native speakers, because you never want to be the best student in the class. If you are the best student in the class, you are in the wrong class. Now, Assad, your language knowledge and pronunciation is very advanced. And yeah, you're welcome in our group. But for you to improve, you got to talk to people better than you. All right? You got to talk to people, and honestly, they have to be fluent or native speakers. Now, I know you practice speaking every day. That's great. But to truly get better, you got to talk to native speakers or spend some more time watching English media or listening to music to get more real English. So that would be my advice to you, because I want you to improve, and I know you're helping a lot of students that are less than you. Yeah, they help you practice, but you can improve more if you talk to people higher than you. And you're talking to me, that's good, but as you know, I don't always have time to have long conversations with all the students, but I do my best. Grace, I feel I am walking same step in English. Most people are, because they're learning English. I don't know I'm improving now, or how I can know I'm improving now without English test. Yeah, that's a big problem because students don't know they're improving. Well, Grace, this is what every student needs to do. Today, record your voice. Pick a paragraph in a book, record your voice. Okay? Read it, read the paragraph out loud, record your voice. After 1 month, listen to that. Okay? And oh, do you feel better or not? Record your voice again. Once a month, every month, get a recording of your voice. Same paragraph, okay? Or maybe a new, same paragraph, a new paragraph, but record your voice. After 1 year, and if you're studying 1 year, you didn't notice, but I promise you, after 1 year, when you listen back to your first recording, you will realize, wow, I improved, okay? So it's similar to, losing weight. The people take the before picture and then they work out for a year and then they have the after picture and then they can see the difference. So you have to do that with language learning too. Record your voice or take a video of you speaking every month, check. After a year, I promise you will notice a difference. Florin, I don't confuse your and your. Yes, because you're better than me, Florin. Maybe 1 time out of 50, I make the mistake. I'm typing very fast and I make it 1 time out of 50. All right. Layla, does a person's age have anything to do with learning a language or not? Yes. Not because the brain gets old, but because older people are busier. When you're in your 30s and 40s, work is more important. You're usually married and usually you have children. So time is a problem. Motivation is a problem. Not necessarily because your brain is the problem, okay? It's just time and effort is very different than your 20s, your teens. Assad, how long does achieve my goals? Assad, what are your language goals? Perfect fluency? Well, if you want perfect fluency, you need to go back to Canada to be perfect. But I think you're high advanced, Assad. I think your level is enough for your life. Are you going to leave Pakistan in the future? Fanny, oh, can't wait to watch the video from Esther. Yes, Fanny, you and 200,000 other people who email me every day. Where is Esther? I want to go, Feria, sorry. I want to know my level of speaking, so I'll send my voice notes on WhatsApp. Yep. Florin, what if I sing Oh Canada in WhatsApp group? Well, Florin, and I'm going to teach some. Florin, if you sang WhatsApp or you sang Oh Canada at WhatsApp, this is my feeling. Cringe. So everyone, check your dictionary. Cringe. If I heard Florin singing Oh Canada, I'd be like, cringe. That's my feeling. Grace, okay, I will record my voice. Thank you, let me know. All right, I think I caught up on most questions. I'm going to wrap it up now because it's almost midnight here. And again, I'll probably do another live stream Thursdays and then Saturday, Sunday. I don't expect you guys to watch every live stream, but try to drop in once or twice a week. Great questions tonight. I see everyone is participating well. It's amazing that just in a few days we've created a community here that I hope is very helpful to you. If you're a new person tonight, welcome. Join the WhatsApp group or another group I make. And anyway, I haven't checked, but I'm sure I have 100 subscribers now. Thank you very much. Please like this video because YouTube, if you like the video, YouTube knows it's a good video, and that helps me to get more exposure. And you can see these videos have no advertisements, so I'm doing these videos for free right now. Oh, Assad, 105 subscribers. Thank you, Assad. Well, thank you guys for subscribing. How many of them are Koreans? I'm going to guess 5. Florin. Kimun, this is sick, Robin. He's using the slang from the Sunday video. And Jehovah Q, greetings from Colombia. All right. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to go in. I'm going to close up here. I'll probably get something to eat. And then I'll check into my different chat groups. I won't be able to talk too much tonight. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you Thursday or in the chat groups. Bye, guys.